Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.
This is AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global, joined by MTK's very own Archie Sharp. We're down at, where are we? Trading Time, Hatton Garden?
Hatton Garden, yeah, at the new Secret Garden. Very, very, very well up here.
Should we just shout out the shop quickly?
Yeah, so this is...
Go on, let's
have a little look at today. So we've got Secret Garden here. Bill's doing a run. So this is like a joint collaboration, should I say, with
Trading Time.
Yeah, Trading Time,
Custom Kettles,
and Hatton Kettles.
Okay.
But now it's just as one Secret Garden, and Bill's
So,
the man.
if you need a timepiece, you know where to come. What's the Instagram?
Hatton, what's the Instagram? This new one?
31 Secret Garden.
31 Secret Garden. It's open up.
Trading Time at Custom Kettles.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I've been seeing your Instagram. You shout out Custom Kettles a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm sure people have seen from there. But if you haven't yet, get on it. Archie, been a while now since your last fight. A lot's happened. You've joined up with Al.
Yeah.
Just tell me why you left your old trainer and you've gone to Al Smith.
So obviously I've been with Richard now. Well, I was with Richard from the age of 7. So I'm 25. So it's a long time. And we have done very, very well. We've got to number 4 in the world, in the WBO world ranking. So, but I think we've just outrun our course. I think the last couple of performances from myself have been very flat. And it's no one's fault. Richard turned pro when I turned pro. So he hasn't got the professional experience, if you like. And so we just had to make that change. I still speak to him every day. I spoke to him earlier. So we're still on the phone, still no problems there at all. It's just it was a mutual decision from both of us for me to move on and go and pick up the world title.
I was going to ask that. A lot of times in boxing, when there's a split between a trainer and a fighter, it's not on good terms, but it's good to hear that you've parted on amicable terms.
Yeah, I think it was fair to say with Rich, because in the day, people have doubted us from day one going this far and maybe going on and winning world titles. So we just kind of, and obviously my loyalty to Rich is the main thing there. But we tried to prove everyone wrong. We got to a very good position, 19-0, only 25, and like I say, ranked number 4. So when it come after the Ofori fight, we sat down, and Richard did say to me as well, Al Smith was one of the names that he mentioned to me to go and see. So, which I did, and then the first session with Al, I stayed there.
Are you seeing a difference with Al already?
Yeah. I started back sparring yesterday, and Al was very impressed. So I look forward to showing everyone else when I'm back in the ring. Was
it a tough decision to choose a new trainer? I'm sure there were plenty of people in mind.
Yeah, so obviously, because it's a big move, I'm not one of them fighters who are going to be having a new trainer for every fight. I'm just not that sort of person. So for me, choosing Al, I spoke to Al, went and see Al, and then, like I say, the first session with him on the pads and just learning, that made my mind up there and then, really.
Okay. Let's just go quickly back to the Jeff Ofori fight. Of course, I spoke to you straight after, and emotions were running high, etc. And you told me then that you needed to make a change.
Yeah.
Looking back, what went wrong? Obviously, you got the W, but you weren't happy with your performance at all. What went wrong on the night?
I just think just a lack of experience between myself and Richard. That's why another main factor of me moving to Al was because I trained so hard for that fight. I personally believe I trained too hard and left it all in the gym. Do you know what I mean? So I was out in Tenerife. I was sparring with the Walsh brothers, having an unbelievable camp. And by the time I come back, I then boxed 4 weeks later, which I think was too long. So a bit of inexperience between me and Rich. And yeah, I just think, like I said, we just got flat. Me and Richard can do pads together with my eyes closed. I just know his way. And I just think that's just where I was at that stage. And I think it showed, like I say, with Jeff Ofori, I think that fight definitely showed how flat I was.
Are you now working towards something? We know Heffron Bentley's coming up. We know Dubois Joyce coming up. We know Tyson Fury's going to headline a bill on December 5th here in London. So one of them three, I'm guessing, is the options. Has Frank or MTK told you anything?
Well, I'm hoping so. Yeah. So I'm speaking to MTK now and Frank, and it'd be nice to be out before Christmas. And I am prepared to put a name on the line, like a Kiko Martinez or a well-known fighter who's been at a great level. To step up. I don't want a warm-up fight. I want a big name, jump straight in, and get the fight on.
Fury v whoever, Yard v Arthur, and Sharp v Martinez. Sounds alright?
I think that's a good shout.
Yeah, I'm sure you do want to get on that bill. It's going to be the last bill that Frank does in the year, and it'll be an historic one because obviously Tyson's had his last 3 or 4 fights in the States. And to be boxing at Royal Albert Hall. With Yard Arthur there as well, that's going to be a massive exposure for you if you can get someone like Martinez. Yeah,
and I think it'll set me up well for next year with the winner of Frampton and Jamel for sure as well, because I know they're going to be fighting whenever. Well, I know they've agreed terms, so it's just a matter of getting a date, and then hopefully I'll get the winner of them two for the WBO world title.
Before I ask about Frampton and Herring, did you see Shakur Stevenson's comments about Carl Frampton? He said he beat the shit out of him.
Is that what he said? Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Is that what he said? Do you know what? Shakur, he's got a big mouth on him, but do you know what it is? He's a good fighter, so I'll let him have that one. He can have that. But there's another fight I'll be interested in, the Shakur Stevenson fight. I've said from day one, I believe that you put me in with the best fighters, you'll see the best Archie Sharp. That's just how I am as a fighter. I turn it on the night. So yeah, so is that what he said? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he said that. He's a very confident young man, to be fair, but he's a phenomenal fighter. Great
fighter, but talks too much as well. So
you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so, 100%.
Well, Jamel and Shakur looked like they were linked. Bob was trying to push that fight, but now we are getting Herring-Frampton. Obviously, Herring moved to MTK as well.
Exactly that. He's with MTK. So
how do you read that fight between Herring and Frampton?
Do you know what? I always backed Herring to beat Frampton, but do you know what? Based on his last performance, and I know I can't really say it because obviously my last performance, but forget me now. I'm talking at Jamel. I don't think he looked well against Oquendo, and I think with that Jonathan Oquendo, he's a very short fighter, and he was inside a lot. So if Jamel wants to turn up how he did on his last fight, then I think Frampton knocks him out. I really do that. But if he does get his boxing and he sticks to his game plan, I think he can outpoint Frampton. So it all depends on the game plans, really. If Jamel brings his A game, I think he can beat Frampton. But if he does anything like he done on his last fight, he gets knocked out.
Okay. But for yourself, we'll have news on you soon, yeah?
Yeah, news on me very, very soon. Like I said, I'm just in talks now, just trying to make things happen, make fights happen. So hopefully, you'll see me out before Christmas. Alright,
Archie, just before I let you go, probably the biggest news in boxing at the moment is that Wilder Fury 3 is off. Don't know exactly what's happened, but it won't be happening in December. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, like you say, no one actually knows what the reason is. Look, Fury wants to fight, so Fury's obviously fighting. Maybe Wilder don't want it. Maybe he don't want it. He's going to earn a lot of money, so he's going to want to get in there for the money. But I reckon in the back of his mind, I think he's very worried because he had his face punched in last time, and now it's going to happen again.
Looks like it was set for Fury Joshua next year. If Fury wins on December 5th and Joshua beats Pulev, next year about April time, hopefully Fury Joshua.
Fury punches the face out of AJ, doesn't he?
Yeah, you've always said that.
Always said it. AJ aggravates life out of me, and I can't wait to see Fury punch him up.
Okay. Well, listen, we'll see if all that comes true. Archie, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Shout out Trade in Time at Garden. Custom Kettles.
And Hatton Kettles.
That's the one. All right, God bless.
God bless.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.